Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Please, better take your seat. Okay, you introduce yourself to all of us.
Sir, my name is Usama Habib. I belong to district Tuastor from Gilgit-Baltistan. I did my FSc from Government College University Lahore, and after that I joined LUMS. I graduated from LUMS with a major in accounting and finance and with a minor in public policy. After my graduation, I sat for a CSS attempt and the PMS attempt, and soon after the exams, I joined Moblink Microfinance Bank as Assistant Manager Strategy, Transformations and Partnerships, where I've been looking over the financial systems, financials, corporate strategy of Moblink Bank and JS Cash.
Osama, you are here for, you are going for GB
Ji, sir.
interview. When is your interview?
So my interview is scheduled on 11th of April.
11th of April. Okay. Tell us something about GB. What do you know about GB?
Sir, Gilgit-Baltistan is a land of vast opportunities and has very high geostrategic and geoeconomic importance for Pakistan. It lies at the crossroads of Silk Road. Karakoram Highway connects Pakistan with China through Central Asian republics through the Wakhan corridor, as well as Indian occupied Kashmir. GB is roughly a mountainous terrain. Around the area of GB is 72496 square kilometers, 61% of which is covered in glaciers, mountains, riverbeds. 23% is rangeland, and 8% are forest, and only 1% is cultivable land. So GB, the agricultural economy of GB is very low, or isn't that much productive. GB relies on income from the people from Gilgit-Baltistan rely on income from tourism and other jobs from the government and private sector for their livelihood. There are currently around 3 divisions in Gilgit-Baltistan and 10 districts.
What is the importance of mountains? You are coming from the mountains. I take you as a man from the mountains.
So the importance of mountains for me is it makes me realize that no challenge in your life is insurpassable. When I go up the mountains, I climb the mountains. First it looks impossible to get up to the top of the mountain. I've been hiking during my undergrad life and pre-undergrad life. So it looks an enormous challenge which can't be accomplished. But once you when you start going through and you show persistence and struggle, you eventually succeed those challenges and overcome those challenges.
Tell me something about artificial intelligence. What do you think is artificial intelligence?
Sir, in my opinion, artificial intelligence is changing the way the world operates. I come from a tech industry. I see it on day-to-day basis how artificial intelligence is changing the world. Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing each and every sector of the global economy, be it financial services, be it governance, be it education, be it public administration as well. And there's a major concern surrounding artificial intelligence that it is going to create unemployment in the global economy. And another major concern is that artificial intelligence is going to take over human beings. But this concept is particularly well depicted in Hollywood movies, in the Terminator series as well. So the first concern of artificial employment creating unemployment in the global economy, I think it is a bit vague, and we can challenge it, because for sure I believe that artificial intelligence will make some jobs obsolete, but at the same time will create new jobs, new opportunities, where more skills and more technical expertise are required, and we can produce our economy and our education system can produce that labor force or that skill sets in our students, in our workforce. So there might some jobs will be eliminated, will become obsolete, but there will be new jobs which will be more productive for society as a whole. And as far as artificial intelligence taking over the world, I'm not sure, sir, when that is going to happen or how that is going to happen. It is a major concern, because recently there were reports that the recently launched AI platform of Google Bard. So it had some challenging responses to questions regarding its feelings and human violations of its rights. So it is a big concern still out there still, which needs to be catered before we completely integrate artificial intelligence into information technology and global system.
Welcome to CSPs Academy for CSS PMS preparation. CSS PMS तहरीरी इम्तिहान के तमाम मज़ामीन की ऑनलाइन और ऑन कैंपस तैयारी के साथ साथ सब्जेक्ट सिलेक्शन, असाइनमेंट चेकिंग, क्लास टेस्ट, मॉक एग्जाम, इंडिविजुअल टीचर डिस्कशन और फीडबैक सेशन का इनकाद किया जाएगा। इसके अलावा FPSC की तजवीज़ करदा बुक्स से बने मयारी नोट्स और CSP पब्लिशर की बेहतरीन बुक्स मुहैया की जाएंगी। Register now at 0316-570-1593.
How do you see the role of social media in politics?
Sir, role of social media, I think, sir, I believe social media has democratized the political sphere in Pakistan with increased access to information for the general public. There is the previously existent information asymmetry has disappeared, which significantly increases the accountability of the ruling elite or ruling parties in the country. At the same time, social media has also been a tool for political polarization and radicalization in the country, if not effectively controlled. Right now in Pakistan, we can see a mass political polarization in the country where different factions are propagating different ideologies, and that is an impact of social media in the political diaspora of Pakistan. Similarly, sir, if I talk about the recent talks on controlling social media or having a control over social media, I personally believe that social media should be regulated, but there should be a balance between ensuring the individual liberties of freedom to speech of the people and curtailing hate speech and political radicalization over social media platform.
They say GB is gateway to Central Asia. How?
So GB borders with Afghanistan. There's a thin line a thin stretch of land between GB and Central Asian republics called Wakhan Corridor, around 28 kilometers in width. So if GB, with a stable Afghanistan, GB, Gilgit-Baltistan can be the gateway to Central Asian republics through Wakhan Corridor. And it is, as far as I think, it has huge potential for Pakistan because Pakistan is an energy deprived country and Central Asian republics are energy rich country. So the flow of resources is from a place of where there is abundance to a place where there is a lack of resources. Therefore, I think GB has a significant geostrategic importance in terms of exploring the potential of Central Asian Republic, potential for Pakistan.
Thank you.
Usama Habib,
Ji, ma'am.
your favorite personality is Dr. Tariq Mahmood.
Yes, ma'am.
What is his date of birth?
I don't know his date of birth, ma'am.
What is his qualification?
So Dr. Tariq Mahmood did his PhD in economics from University of Bangladesh, pre-partition, and he later joined the Civil Services of Pakistan. He is retired from the Civil Services as a Federal Interior Secretary and currently working in the Civil Service Academy as an instructor for local government course. He is also visiting faculty at LUMS, where I took a course from him in reforming the public sector, and later I TA'd that course for around 5 semesters with him, and I ended up doing a minor in public policy.
Your hobbies include teaching. Teaching
Yes, ma'am.
what?
Teaching anything and everything. I've been teaching through since 8th class. Initially, I was teaching physics to my juniors at college while I was in cadet college. I was teaching my siblings, and then at LUMS, I became a teaching assistant. So different courses, different subjects, different domains.
To be able to teach, you have to be the master. So you think you're master in different fields?
Not in different fields, entire fields. I'd say in different subjects based on the difficulty level of those subjects relevant for that particular class. If I'm teaching physics to an 8th grade student, that doesn't mean I have to be a master of physics in general, because physics is a big field of study. for that particular class, for that particular subject, or for that particular course, I think when I start teaching, I feel comfortable enough. I only start teaching when I feel comfortable enough and I have a good grip of the subject.
So you have a good grip of physics of class 8th?
Physics of class 8th, 9th, metric. I've been teaching reforming the public sector in LUMS as well, along with Satarik. And during my FSC as well, I've been teaching students through tuitions and making my own finances as well.
Join CSPs, where we believe that your dreams are our mission. So let us be your partners in this transformative journey as we equip you with knowledge, confidence, and resilience required to emerge as CSS toppers. Contact us on our given WhatsApp number 0316 570 1593 or visit our website www.csps.com.pk.
Okay. Football is your favorite game.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you play football?
I do play football.
Okay. Did you watch the FIFA World Cup?
Yes, ma'am.
Where was it held?
The FIFA World Cup was held in Qatar.
It was held in Qatar. There was a lot of criticism of Qatar for hosting it.
The criticism for Qatar was, there were two major concerns regarding Qatar. The first one was that the global community thought that Qatar is not a footballing world, and they have bribed the Federation International of Football Association for hosting the World Cup in Qatar. They've used the influence of money. The second major concern was the exploitation of labor rights by the Qatari government. That was highlighted in international and national international media as well. There was another concern surrounding during the FIFA World Cup regarding Qatar banning the LGBTQ rights displays and movements in Qatar, which was another big criticism for the Qatari administration on holding the FIFA World Cup.
What is your view on these criticisms?
My view is much concerned with, if you give me a minute, I want to recollect my thoughts on this because it is a bit tough and controversial as well. My view is whenever we, it stems from a personal experience. So whenever I visit a new place, I go to a new place, I respect the culture, I respect the region, I respect the social structure of that place. I try to blend in, I try to respect it, and I behave accordingly. And that applies for me, that applies for other people as well. So when you are in Qatar, you have to respect their culture, you have to respect their social norms and act accordingly. It's not something permanent which has been enforced on you. It is just for a period of a week or 2 weeks while you were there. So while you are there, you should respect their tradition, you should respect their culture, their social norms, and be less skeptical about their practices. And there's another concept at play here. We often use in our Park studies as well, the white man's burden. So the West thinks everything we Muslims do, or the Middle East or the South Asians do, it's not like right or it's not good, and they come and they do moral policing with us. And at the same time, we can also call it a look who's talking fallacy, the West criticizing Middle East as well. So if you look into the West, and I can talk about that for hours and hours, what atrocities are being committed there. So that's my point of view regarding these criticisms on Qatar.
Thank you so much, Usama. Dr. Sir?
Oh, thank you. Well, Usama, can you tell in which year Government College Lahore became Government College University?
I'm not sure exactly in which it became a university. I know the year in which it was instituted. But if you allow me, I would like to take a guess based on my vague memory. So Government College Lahore was inaugurated in 1864, and I believe it became a university in somewhat around the second decade of 1900s.
So you've been over there. Can you tell me architectural design of Government College Lahore University's main building? What is that style?
Give your career a boost with CSS PMS preparation. From Civil Services Preparatory School, join CSS PMS for on-campus and online classes. Join us for your bright future. Civil Services Preparatory School, Jeetan Markaz, Islamabad. Register now at 0316 570 1593.
There are multiple buildings. There's one.
I'm talking about the old hall.
The old hall.
Yeah.
It's Roman architecture.
It's Roman architecture.
I believe so. It's Roman architecture.
Okay. You hail from a formerly princely state. Can you tell me the status of princely state in British India?
Sir, so during the partition, there were more or less there were three major princely states in British India, which I remember of: the state of Hyderabad, Deccan, the state of Junagadh, and the state of Kashmir.
There were only three?
The three of which I remember. So there were others, but three I clearly remember the names of because how things played out in these princely states. During partition, it was the partition plan. It was decided that if there is a conflict between the ruler and the population.
What is the major difference between princely state and British India?
So, in princely states, the administrative control or the head of that princely state was the prince, and in the rest of British India, the head of state was Queen of England.
When rule of British East India Company ended in India?
So, rule of British East India Company ended in India after the War of Independence in 1857. Around 1858, the British government proclaimed that East India subcontinent will directly come under the British control, the control of the British Crown, and the powers of East India Company were greatly restricted in subcontinent after that.
Okay, can you tell me, in Government of India Act 1935, what status was given to all princely states, constitutional arrangement?
So in the Government of India Act, if I don't exactly remember, but based on my recollections, all princely states were given representation in the upper house and as well as lower house. They were given representation, and they were through nomination by the head of state, not through elections, unlike other British India.
Okay, what is major difference between fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy in Constitution of Pakistan?
Sir, my apologies. I don't.
What is sovereignty?
So sovereignty is the right of a nation to its territories, to its territorial boundaries, to its political, economic, social independence, which cannot be challenged or questioned by anyone else, and which must be upheld at all times.
Okay, sovereignty belongs to whom according to Constitution of Pakistan?
Sovereignty belongs to Allah, sir, according to Constitution of Pakistan.
How will exercise this sovereignty?
So there is a verse of Quran where humans have been called the Khalifa of Allah. So we, as the representatives of God on earth, are to exercise that sovereignty of Allah on His name.
Okay, so my last question. What are representative institutions and how their working could establish good governance?
Sir, I didn't get the question correctly.
What are representative institutions in Pakistan?
Representative institutions in Pakistan? Sir, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's conclude it. Let's have an informal discussion. Where you would like to place yourself? Self-assessment karo na apni.
Sir, I am a highly committed and dedicated person with goals set.
1 to 10 के scale में अपने आप को fit in करो. Where you would like to place?
I'd like to place myself at around 8.5 to 9, sir.
अच्छा देखो बात ये है कि you are competing in GB. There are 250 people and there are 50 seats. 1 in 5 competition है, ठीक है? तो हम लोगों को देख रहे हैं. Lot many people we have met, we have interviewed. You are having a tough competition there. Expectation तुम्हारी ठीक है. One should be, but the competition is very tight. Let me inform you. ठीक है, but you are a winning horse. And our judgment, you are a winning horse. You can make it. This is our view. बाकी तुम्हारे लिए advice ये है कि keep it up. Nothing else. Keep it up.
Usama, as you know, it is a competitive exam. And as Durrani Sam has informed you, it's a tough competition. We want you to succeed, and therefore we are here to critically analyze you and then guide you, right? Usama, this form that you fill can be your advantage and can be your disadvantage. Depends on what you write in it. At one point, you say your hobbies are teaching, and in your books you have no reading. So how can you be a teacher if you're not a reader? There's a gap. I'm highlighting you, but I'm not asking you to justify. I'm guiding you that when you fill the form there, please ensure that there are no contradictions. The panel can start asking you question on this gap itself, and it can put you in a spot. I didn't put you in the spot. I just asked you which subject, because teaching, it's a very ambiguous term, and you can't be a teacher, because here what we are trying to do is to assess the character of the candidate and how that would suit the job. If you think you're all knower, then you're not all learner. And in government job, you have to be both. So if the learning process is missing, then dissemination would be limited, obviously, right? So please be careful with that. Secondly, favorite personality. Why do we ask about favorite personality? Why are we interested in your favorite personality? Any idea?
No idea, man.
As I said, want to assess you through what you write. If you write your late father, nobody has met him. Nobody knows him. We all love our fathers. I was a daddy's darling, always. For me, he was the best human being on the planet. God bless his soul. But when you say your father, that means you have not opened your mind beyond. All kids love their fathers. But if you're saying your father here, that means that your mind has still not evolved and is not that independent. I would recommend in your form when you fill, don't write your father, your mother, your grandfather, your uncle, whatever. Because that shows that you are still in that little nest. You have to be a government servant who has to grow beyond his size. So for that, you have to have an open mind. And therefore, Tariq Mahmood also, there are 1,000 federal secretaries, each better than the other. So he might be a great guy. Durrani Sahib is a great guy. He's my favorite personality. But that doesn't mean I'm going to write that here. I will write a personality that is known to everyone, is neutral. He was a CSP, he was a DMG officer. Maybe I'm from OMG, I hate DMG. So I'll start hating you on that. Take a neutral personality and then learn everything about that person, from the date of birth to all his achievements. Like somebody wrote Shishi Sarur, and I said, it's alleged he murdered his wife. And the candidate was shocked because he couldn't think of it. He just liked him because he's a good orator at the UN. But what is he as a human being? Why do you like him? What are you messaging to me through the information you have put here? Other than that, you're fine. We've rated you high. But here, it's not about rating you for rating you. It's to guide you. So I wish you all the best. You are a winning horse.
Very, very briefly, I would say, general understanding है ना about current affairs, things like constitutional crisis अभी चल रहा है country में, आप princely states से belong करते हैं, United India जो British India था, what was the status, and after that ये constitution, इन चीज़ों के बारे में थोड़ी सी understanding develop कर लें, you are a winning horse, you are आपकी communication skills बहुत अच्छी, you have studied excellent institutions से पढ़े, government college और lump से पढ़े, तो आप से expectation भी बहुत high हो जाएंगे, ठीक है, इन चीज़ों को जनरल अंडरस्टैंडिंग पर थोड़ा सा फोकस कीजिए, ठीक है.
Okay? Cheer up and wish you all the best.
Best of luck. Any question?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.